All right. Hot Tuah from a guy? Well, let me just tell you a quick story about something that happened to me back in 2007. And it's really some unbelievable shit, but hey, follow me on this one. We got visuals for it. Anyways, back in 2007, this guy used to hit me up, right? But I didn't know he was like a lane switcher, you know what I'm saying? And so he would hit me up and he would always compliment me about how I look, how good I was. This was like in the MySpace days. So it was like way before, Facebook and all that stuff. And I was around, 22 at that time. So he hits me up, he's like, hey, C-Styles, I want to meet you up. Hey, C-Styles, I want to meet you up and meet you in person. And I was just like, nah, bro, like I don't roll like that, you know what I'm saying? So the first few times, when he would bug me and stuff like that, I'd ignored it, or I would just say, thank you, like whenever he said I look good or whatever, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Then it got too annoying. So I blocked the dude. I was like, yo, bro, like, yeah, like that's enough, like of the bullshit. So I blocked him, right? So fast forward a little bit, right? I got this one friend, his name is George, good looking dude, pause, because he would get all the girls and all that stuff. So he was the type of dude that, he'd be getting all the ladies and all that shit. So you would call him like a ladies man or something like that. Anyways, so he invites me to go to a get together, right? It's like on a Friday night. And he said it's over there by the dorms, at the UTB dorms, right? It used to be called UTB back then. Now it's called UTRGB over there in Brownsville. So I said, cool, we'll go there. I'll meet you up over there. So anyways, we meet up over there at the campus, right? To go to the dorms. And then he tells me, yeah, bro, it's gonna be a badass get together, whatnot, blah, blah, cool. Knock on the door, da, 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 da. And someone opens the door. It turns out to be that guy that was hitting on me that I blocked. I was like, oh shit, bro. Like, this guy? He's like, yeah, man, me and him, we used to go to high school together. And I was just like, cool. He's like, hey, what's up? How you doing, C-Styles? I know this guy. And I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? And so, I'll go in. We all go in, there's like a few people there, but not as much as I thought it was gonna be, and absolutely no chicks. Oh boy, you know what I'm saying? What kind of recipe is that, Anyways, I'm there drinking a little bit, just trying to forget whatever is going on at that time. And then within like an hour and a half or so, he comes up to me, like that guy, right? He's like, C-Styles, you gotta let me, at least a little bit. I'm like, a little bit what? You gotta let me, do this to you. I'm like, do what? Go down on you. And I was like, no, the fuck you're not. and he's like, come on, C-Styles, please. He's begging me. And I'm just like, dog, you better get the fuck off me, bro. Like, for real, for real. Like, he wasn't on me, but he was just like right close to me. And I'm just like, nah, man, I'm good. He's like, please, C-Styles, please. It got to a point where I just got pissed off. I was like, bro, say that shit to me one more time, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. It's like, okay. Turns to my friend George. George, please, you gotta let me do that to you. And George is like, nah, bro, I'm good. And he's like, please, George, just this one time. Now, George had drank a little way too much. So I kind of saw it in his eyes where he was kind of contemplating about it. I was like, me, I wasn't second guessing nothing. I was like, yo, no. Like, what? George was kind of thinking about it. He had this look in his eye, right? And I was like, nah, bro, he's probably too drunk. No. And he's like, please, George. And he's kind of like pulling down, like chugging on his pants, like, kind of like pulling him down a little bit. And I was like, no way, this is going to go through. I'm like, George, look at this guy, bro. Get a load of this dude. And then George's like, just this once. I'm like, word? Yo, and then the guy, right? We're gonna call the lane switcher. We're just gonna call him LS, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not gonna put his name out. And he's like, just this once. So I'm thinking like, he's not gonna go through this shit. And he pulls him a little bit down. It's down to his shins. He's in his underwear with his shirt on, of course. And I'm like, no way he's going through this shit. He's trolling. And then he looks at me, he's like, homeboy, to the grave. I'm like, nah. No fucking way, bro. And then like, all of a sudden he's like, hey, I'm just gonna do this once and that's it. Nobody in this room is gonna say anything. We're taking this to the grave. And then he looks at me again. To the grave. Okay. So I'm thinking he's just gonna give him a tease or something like that, right? So I turn around. I'm closing my eyes, right? And I'm over here thinking he's gonna top him off a little bit, you know, like a few seconds or something like that. I'm just like, you know what, this motherfucker's so drunk, he don't know what he's doing. But I know he probably might be right there in that mentality of just letting him do it for a few seconds. So I'm just like that. And it goes, and it keeps going, and going, and going. And I'm just like, oh, this motherfucker's going until he busts. So I'm stuck here, right? And the reason why I'm in this room is because this motherfucker's my ride, right? He's my only ride. I'm like this, bro. I'm just like, I'm in no man's land, basically. I'm hearing what's going on, but I'm just like, wow, I'm stuck in here. So he's going, and finally you hear something like, and I'm just like, no way did this motherfucker finish. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. So I hear him finish. I know he's pulling up his pants and zipping up because I hear the zipper. And I go turn around, I'm just like, no way did this motherfucker do it, bro. No way did he do it. And he looks at me, he's like, to the grave. And I'm just like, nah, man. I'm like, well, I don't think I could keep this for life, but, you know, so I'm telling the story right now, right? But I'm like, okay, bro, yeah, to the grave. He's like, to the grave, homeboy. I'm like, yeah, to the grave, man. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I never expected that shit to happen from him. Dude had all the girls. Decided to go to the one dude that wasn't a girl. You know what I mean? So we leave the place, right? And the ride back home is kind of awkward because I'm not saying no word. He's pretending like it didn't happen. I'm just like, hey, so you're gonna meet that girl tomorrow or what? He had like a date that next day. I'm like, and he's like, yeah, man. Hey, homeboy, just to let you know, I'm not like that, right? No, you're not like that. No, I'm not like that. Who you trying to convince, me or you? I'm not like that. Okay. All right. Okay. He drops me off. That was that. Never spoke about it again. And the last time I talked to this dude was in 2012. He moved, and I never saw him again after that. Does to the grave count now? I don't know, man. He ain't spoken to me. But this became one of my most popular stories on TikTok. But hey, there you go. Tuah from a guy.